Hi, I'm Levi, and I'm a sex addict. Welcome to tonight's 12-step meeting. I'm here with sexually compulsive Rabbi Rabs. He's doing a big share about his working the 12 steps and how he's finally found sexual sobriety and freedom, dignity,
God forbid,
and grace.
God forbid. Are you really going to those meetings? We're going to talk about that. Yeah.
And we'll also do a little Torah talk here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit, but I thought we'd mainly talk about the 12 steps and how our lives have become unmanageable due to our compulsive nature. And we're reaching out for the higher power tonight, so I'd like everyone to hold hands and join me in a word of prayer. Or not.
I said morning brachas. I said the brachas for Kriyas Torah this morning, so we can talk Torah right now. We're good.
Okay, so
are you going to the 12 steps?
I am. I'm going to 12 steps.
12 steps.
I've been to 3 meetings so far.
Seriously?
Seriously.
For sex addicts and anonymous. Basically. Let me ask you: are you just going there to meet chicks?
Chas v'shalom. I'm
there. No, are you? Just be honest.
No.
Okay.
No, and I'm not going there because I've got like behaviors that are out of control. Because I've been chased for almost a year and a half, and I haven't had sex in almost a year and a half.
Oh, you haven't been pursued?
I have not had sex. I've not had sexual intercourse.
With a person?
With a person.
Okay.
And I haven't looked at porn in like 3 months. So I'm
you don't even look at your own website?
I am like a sadic. There's like Ravo Yashif and there's Levi Menor.
Well, I can tell you something.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at porn
in like 3 weeks.
No, in 2.5 weeks, and you know why?
Yeah, because your computer's busted.
Computer's busted.
But like about a month ago in therapy, I was kind of talking about my dreams, my drives, my fantasies, and the therapist said that sounds like eroticized rage. And I went home and Googled it, and it was right. Like all my fantasies are eroticized rage. Basically anger acted out sexually.
They confiscated Osama bin Laden's hard drive, and they found his porn. And you know what he bookmarked?
No.
LukeFord.com.
What a bracha.
But you know what? I thought it was only fair because on Luke's computer he has bookmarked Arab hot singles.
Yeah, exactly.
Arab chicks.
Exactly. And
so it's fair, yeah.
So I started reading up on eroticized rage, and there were a lot of articles by this guy Patrick Carnes. So
he has the perfect name.
Yeah, so I went to the library and I checked out all his books, and they were all on sex addiction. And I remember your friend who came over here, and I interviewed her about sex addiction.
Her.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what a great interview I did because it was just, maybe it just hit too close to home. So I checked out these books on sex addiction. And I thought, okay, I don't even fit phase 1 because I'm not acting out behaviorally. I'm not doing anything. But all my fantasies are basically anger acted out. So I said, I want to get clean, get sober, because I'm just kind of walking around dreaming about bonking chicks. And I think, there's got to be a higher, finer way to live my life. And why don't I fantasize about being married? Why do I fantasize about offing chicks at Ralph's? So long as they're not tattooed and pierced.
Yeah, I know. You actually ran into a chick.
Yeah, but I'm not into tattoos and piercings. So
I got to tell you something. It's also a bit of shyness, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I had a situation the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I get in the elevator, and this woman enters the elevator, and I wasn't attracted to her or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she was attracted to me.
Mm-hmm.
So she's standing in the elevator. She corners me in the side of the elevator.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, is she gonna attack me?
Yeah.
I was like, what is she up to? And she was just smiling and checking me out, and it was really, really awkward because there was several feet behind her, lady, go to your end of it means human nature, give me my room, give me my space, and she was just checking me out and smiling and doing the eyes, the googie eyes, what do they call them? And I had nothing coming out of my mouth. I couldn't generate any...
That's not like you.
I get like that when I'm confronted with women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Intimacy.
Women have a way of just
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, I posted before. I talked about that woman over at the market,
Yeah,
Persian chick.
beautiful Persian chick cashier.
I can't say anything to her at
Yeah,
the cashier.
yeah.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about?
I don't know.
I got to the cashier. I
situation.
can't go over there. You know what? Because
Yeah.
I feel like a fool. I get to
Yeah.
the she's like, you know, that's like $2 or whatever,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
huh?
I got nothing coming out of my mouth.
Right, right.
You know. Okay, so go ahead. But I want to say something about
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
addiction. I don't, you know, I've said this before a couple times. I don't buy it.
Well,
I don't buy it, and I'll tell you why I don't buy it.
Okay, go ahead.
The Torah tells us that that's the way that God makes us. He gives us a Yetzer Hara and a Yetzer
Right,
Tov.
right, right.
And we have to fight, you know. And the fight is that you have two impulses that compel you
Mm-hmm.
to want to act that way. You have the Torah one, right?
Mhm.
And you have this one that just wants to like bang all the honeys,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
That's just the way God made you, right?
Right.
You just have to, you know, overcome that, and not overcome it, but just you just have to, you know, like if it's distracting you from Torah, then fight and go into Torah. You know what I mean? But to say, oh, I want to kill, I want to become a tzaddik, right? I want to kill that thing. I'm like, that's the way God made you. He didn't make you a tzaddik. He made you Levi, and he gave you a desire to bang broads, right? You're not acting on it, are you?
No.
Are you banging broads?
No.
So you're doing great. You're not happy with being Levi. You want to be, you know, like some Rebbe who doesn't even think about women ever. But you want to know something? There's less scar in that. There's less reward in that. Because if God wanted to just, you know, have you be an angel, he would have created an angel, given them no Yetzer Hara, no evil inclination, and all you do is just sit and learn all day, and you wouldn't even have to fight. That's not what you're taking all the, you're giving up your reward. Because your reward is, you get those temptations, you want to look at porn, and you decide to learn Torah anyways. And what's the big deal if you look at some porn? What is so bad about that? That's how God made you. Don't have a wife, do you?
No.
You have a desire you need to get off, right? In my book, I talk about it. Every human being has 5 bodily things that they got to take care of on a daily basis. You know, you gotta defecate, you gotta get that stuff out of you, you gotta eat, you gotta sleep, and you gotta screw. You gotta screw, man. It's in there, right? Why do you have to go to, you know, what is it called? SA? Sex?
There are 4 different sexual addiction.
That's
12
phony
step groups.
baloney. Because why would you want to remove sex from your... I don't even think that you can. That's like saying, I don't want to eat. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I don't believe there isn't such a thing as a sex addiction. It's just called being a male. And the male has a desire to want to bang chicks.
Okay,
Because that's how God created you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So,
Mm-hmm.
number one, as I've been discussing this with people, like even like a longtime therapist of mine, I told her about this. She said, "You're not a sex addict. You know, I treated you for years. You're not a sex addict." And I said, "I'm not particularly interested whether or not I'm a sex addict. What I'm interested in is whether this program can help me have a better life. And the price of entrance to this program is to say I'm a sex addict. And so I'm willing to say that and to try this program if it can help me have a better life. Number 2, I'm not interested in destroying or killing or even reducing my sexual desire. I'm interested in reducing like certain emotional problems that I have that inhibit my life. For instance, in high school, I was a gambling addict. I was really into
Okay, now that's a
gambling.
real addiction.
Okay, so after high school, when it got really bad and I got like thousands of dollars in debt, I said, I'm never going to gamble again. And with the exception of 2 times when it was with other people's money, I haven't.
Okay.
But I've got that underlying...
Except that I just made a bet that $100 that
I didn't
Henry
need
is.
your bet. I didn't
Oh,
need
you
your
owe me
bet.
$100, dude.
So I've got this underlying addictive personality. And what's important is what's underneath that. It's like there's this hole in my soul that I try to fill through excitement. So gambling fed that excitement, you know, and then I cut out gambling. So then it was like chasing scoops, like big stories, like get my adrenaline pumping, the biggest story, you know, put it on my blog. That excitement kind of fed my junkie side. I need excitement. And then also like sexual conquests, you know, real or imagined, would kind of like feed that junkie side. Like I need to be excited. And so I want to like look at the hole in my soul because I know I wouldn't be so jonesing for a fix if I had my life together. It's because I don't have my life together that like my fear of abandonment kicks in when like certain important relationships are threatened. Then like it's like, you know, I can't think. Like some days I just can't think about anything. I'm